Hey, Rockheads, it's Tita Smash coming at you live. We've got the Rockstar Mayhem Festival 2013 going down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We have so many titles. Shock Rocker, we've got writer, film director, and now proprietor of your own.
That's the most, I'm most proud of that one.
And now you've just recently, you're getting ready to launch your haunted house coming up here in what, September, end of September?
Middle of October. Middle of October, yes, for 2 weeks.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about your album, Venomous Rat Regeneration Vendor. I read somewhere that you did an interview that it's actually a story. The album, when you wrote it as a story, but no one knows what it is.
Yeah, it started off that way as like a concept record. I kind of forgot I was saying that. But it did, but then I just kind of gave up. I mean, I didn't give up on it. It's there, but the band doesn't even know what it's about. They never know.
Do you know what it's about?
I do, because I thought I was real hooked on the idea when we were making it of trying to turn it into a movie, because I was watching all these movies like, Quadrophenia or The Wall or something. I thought, wow, what a lost thing. Nobody ever does that anymore.
Yeah.
But, that was sort of the
well,
thought process.
Mentioning the movies, congratulations on your latest film. I have not seen it, but when you write your albums, because I know when you do movies, you do storyboards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you kind of write your albums the same way?
No, I mean, I don't even do storyboards when I do movies, because I just find that, I don't know, I've never done things that way. It's very restrictive, because some people like to plan everything out and go and do exactly what they thought in advance. I never do that, because a lot of times you just don't even have the luxury of, we're going to shoot a scene today of doing an interview, but you haven't seen the set, you haven't seen...
Right.
I never have the luxury of knowing that far in advance what I'm doing, so I kind of wing most of that.
And it makes you're able to be more creative that way as well, right?
Well, I like doing it that way, because sometimes what on every single movie I've ever done, the thing I meticulously planned in my mind comes off like, okay. And then the thing you just thought of spontaneously at the moment becomes the thing everybody remembers. Same thing with music sometimes, like the song that you worked on forever, it's average. And then you just made up some crazy thing on the spot that day, and that becomes the single that everybody remembers. So I don't get too hung up on plans.
Yeah. Well, in this last movie, Lords of Salem, you had a lot more room to be creative, didn't you? Didn't have to deal with contracts or anything like that.
Well, I mean, really the only difference was, I've always... Lords of Salem, I had contractually final cut. I've never had that before. I mean, you don't get that very often. But on the other movies, I had total freedom. It just was, in order to achieve the freedom, it was a constant battle and a constant argument about everything. And that gets very draining. And if you're always arguing about stuff, it's just a miserable process. But to be able to just go, okay, this is who we're casting, this is what we're doing, and no one argues, that was great. Made it more fun anyway.
Do you put as much, when you set up for a festival like this and a huge production, I know that you always put on, like, it's a huge production.
Yeah.
Do you sit there and kind of, when you're like, okay, we're going to go out on this festival, we're going to tour for this album, let's make it a story on stage as well?
Not real. Only in the sense that I want the set to have a flow. If you watch a movie, it's like 3 acts. There'll be the big opening, the middle, and then the big finish, sort of. And I like to structure the set that way, because sometimes I see, I want people to feel it. Like, it's not like another song, then another song, then another song, another song, and there's no real vibe. I try to make each song flow into the next, and each song have its own distinctive look and feel. So it feels like the show's really unfolding. Especially on a festival, because people have been here for so long that even if they love the band and they came for you, they still might leave early just because they're tired, and I get that.
And drunk.
Tired, drunk. They've been drinking since 9 o'clock in the morning. So I really want it to be like something happening where they go, wait, okay, just after this song, we'll leave after. Well, okay, after this song, let me just watch this big weird thing that's happening. Then we'll, like that. You keep hooking them in on each song. So that's really the goal, yeah.
So I have to ask you this. Well, the haunted house, first of all, is based on your movies, correct?
Yes. There's 3 different ones, and each is based on a different movie. Yeah.
So it's not going to be like a boo kind of scare. It's actually going to be like, because I have to be honest with you. Your movies do scare me.
Well, that's
they're very
good.
dark. They're supposed to be.
Well, they will. On the haunted houses, there'll be 3 big ones, and they kind of all connect. and there will be live people in them. So there will be, I mean, not like every single tiny thing in the haunted house will be directly lifted from the movie. Obviously, we'll have to expand because,
Right.
it is a live attraction, not a film. So, yeah, I mean, basically, at the end of the day, we'll do any cheap, cheesy scare we can to freak people out.
Well, I love that you're going to incorporate live music as well. So that's no one ever does that.
Yeah, no,
so
I mean, I wanted to make it an
deal.
all-day event for people. I mean, it goes for 2 weeks, and each night is a different type of music. One night would be more metal, one night would be more ska, one night's more like old school punk rock, one night's electronic dance. Like, it's always different because I figured everybody likes Halloween, everybody wants to do something for Halloween, but not everybody likes the same type of music. So
Right.
if you hate heavy metal or hate punk rock, there's still bands that night playing you'd probably like. So that was the goal of that.
Yeah. So let me ask you, since you make all these horror films, and what scares you? Is there anything that scares you?
Never having an answer for that question, which I never do.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing in particular.
No, nothing. I mean, I'm sure something does. I mean, everything in real, but nothing like no bizarre phobias or fears or anything.
Well, no, I just
I'm
meant, was
pretty
there anything
desensitized
like
character.
that freaks you out, like just gives you the creeps? Not really like a phobia.
Well,
Like chick
eating
flicks,
habits of most
maybe, or-
Americans give me the creeps. I mean, when I walk around, I see what people are shoveling in their mouths.
Oh, because you're a big,
Pretty
you're a
creepy.
vegan, right? Right?
Yeah. I'm a vegan, and now John 5 is too. I forced him into it. He used to
Have
be
you
the-
always been a vegan because of your love for animals, or is it just the hormones they're putting in animals nowadays and your health?
It
Or
started as an animal thing. I stopped eating meat and all that when I was like a kid, and that was the reason. Because when you're a kid, you're not savvy enough to be thinking about your health. And then that became the benefit of it all later in life. You realize.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big meat eater. I love seafood though, but vegans, you don't do any of that, right?
No, I don't eat anything. No cheese, no
So
milk.
what do you eat? Just
Well,
vegetables?
the great thing
and
is
nuts and
now
stuff?
it's like there's so much fake everything. That like they
See,
have
that
like.
scares me more than eating meat. I think because you don't know what you're putting in your body.
Oh no, it's like tofu or something, but I just like to eat real simple.
Yeah. Is your wife a vegan as well?
Yeah, and she's a good cook, and she has a massive garden, and so she grows everything organic. I mean, we eat super duper healthy because it's a lot of times people think that's funny, but it ain't. I mean, I'm twice the age of half the bands out here, and I'll smoke them on stage anyway. So
Right,
I'll
right,
have the last
absolutely.
laugh.
Yeah, I'm not a vegan, but I try and eat healthy, and my boyfriend eats healthy, so I get you on that.
Yeah, I know.
Is it awesome working with your wife?
Yeah, it's great. We've been working together for a long time. I mean, it's actually kind of a bummer she's not here.
Yeah.
Because she's usually always on tour. It kind of gets boring when she's not here, but yeah, it's good.
Does she do a lot of acting on the side when she's not working with you?
Not really. She doesn't really like doing it that much, I don't think. She likes acting.
I was going to say she's great at it.
She just doesn't like the process. Like, she's
a
really
lot of
funny.
work.
She gets a lot of offers to do things, and she just turns everything down all the time. And they're like, "Oh, can you come in and read for this audition for that?" She's like, "Nah, I don't want to." And then they'll call back. They're like, "Okay, you don't have to audition. Can you just do it?" And then she's like, "Oh, now I got to find another excuse why I can't do it." She just doesn't care.
Why does she just say, "I just don't want to. I don't care"?
She does
for
things
it.
once in a while, like if something fun comes up, like she did a Californication. But it was literally like David Duchovny called the house, and I think that
that's awesome, yeah.
convinced her to do it. She's like, "All right, I'll do it."
Well, you know how actors and actresses get pinned in, like, okay, well, they're a comedian, actor, actress, and they only do serious
Yeah.
roles. You're known as a horror flick guy. Is there any other type of movie that you would really like to do? I know you did something with hockey, right?
Well, no, that's coming up.
Oh,
I mean,
that
the
is coming
last.
up, okay.
I don't know what I'll do. I don't want to say probably, but I mean, the next couple movies that I have planned are not horror movies, not even close. And the next film is called The Broad Street Bullies, and that's a true life hockey movie about the Philadelphia Flyers in the 1970s winning the Stanley Cup. And the film I have planned after that, which I don't want to announce yet, that's
Nothing to do
even
with horror.
further off the map than Broad Street Bullies. So yeah, no.
Cool. Well, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
What time are you guys hitting the stage tonight?
9:50 exactly. We're incredibly punctual.
We are looking forward to it. Always a great show. Rob, thank you. And congratulations
Thank
once again
you.
on the album, The Haunted House, and the film.
Thank you very much.